Right now, our primary focus is first on caring for our injured soldiers and their families, and also supporting the soldiers of the Spartan Brigade.
Tonight at 5, breaking continuous coverage as officials say an active duty soldier shot 5 other soldiers at the Fort Stewart Army base. What we're learning right now. That is how we begin tonight at 5. Good evening and thanks for being with us. I'm Jennifer Bellamy.
And I'm Cheryl Preheim. Tonight, officials at Fort Stewart reveal the suspect is 28-year-old Army Sergeant Cornelius Radford. That shooting happened shortly before 11 this morning at Fort Stewart Hunter Army Airfield. It's about an hour west of Savannah. Tonight, Cody Alcorn is learning more about how the shooting unfolded. Cody, the shooting happened at the suspected shooter's workplace.
That's right, and we're getting a better idea of what happened, but still a lot of unanswered questions at this hour. What we can tell you is, Cheryl, just about 90 minutes ago, we watched the Army confirm the suspect, as you mentioned, Sergeant Cornelius Radford. He has ties to Florida, we know that, and the victims he's accused of shooting were his co-workers. And we know shortly before 11 this morning, reports of a shooting went out on that base. Minutes later, the entire area went on lockdown. Nearby schools were also placed on lockdown. In that short time, 5 soldiers were shot, and it was fellow soldiers who took this suspect down, helping in the arrest. Sergeant Radford was arrested just after 11:30. Now, of the 5 soldiers shot, we know 3 of them remain at the Wynn Armory Medical Center there on base. The remaining 2 were taken to Memorial Hospital in Savannah, where they underwent surgery. The good news here at this hour, all 5 are expected to be okay. Right now, Sergeant Radford is being questioned. The Army says Radford used a personal handgun in the attack, which raises some serious concerns on how he managed to bring his own gun into the workplace. Now, this is video from inside the Army base after that shooting. You can see soldiers evacuating a building and leaving that area. Right now, there are still, like I mentioned, a lot of questions in this investigation, but authorities say they are confident in the security there at Fort Stewart.
We've got a great partnership with local law enforcement. As you can see here at our gates, we have armed guards in protective equipment. This one's a bit difficult, and we're going to have to determine how he was able to get a handgun to his place of duty.
We know the ATF and the FBI are on scene assisting military police. We did speak to a security expert as well about the next steps for the base and law enforcement.
Unfortunately, it takes an incident like this, a tragic incident, where you go, okay, where do we screw up? Where do we go wrong? And how do we fix this? And moving forward, what changes do we need to make? What do we need to implement now?
And again, there are a lot of questions about Sergeant Radford, what triggered him to do this, his background, and of course, we're working to learn right now in our newsroom more about those 5 injured soldiers and where they are from. But again, when you look at the totality of this, it could have been a lot worse. So some really good news coming from Fort Stewart this evening, Cheryl.
Yeah, the Brigadier General saying he was thankful for the soldiers who tackled the shooter before more people were hurt. Cody, thank you. So as this investigation at Fort Stewart continues, the governor and other lawmakers representing Georgia are addressing the tragedy. Governor Brian Kemp releasing a statement on X calling it a tragedy, asking all Georgians to pray for the victims, their families, and all of those who serve. John Ossoff sent this statement saying, in part, Alicia and I send our prayers to those wounded, to their families, and to the entire Fort Stewart community in light of this terrible act. We also express our gratitude to the first responders who've provided security and medical assistance. And Representative Buddy Carter is also asking for prayers, not just for the victims, but for the law enforcement officers who responded. We continue to stay on top of this breaking news. We'll keep bringing you updates as they come in. We have the entire news conference with the Brigadier General streaming right now on 11 Alive Plus. You can download it to your TV and watch there for free.